Steven from Bayshore. Make sure you grill Kevin over recommending War of the Worlds.
Somebody didn't agree with that.
Remember, I think I asked you. I said, "What's?"
Did you watch it finally?
I hated it.
I watched it. I watched it again.
I hated it,
and I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it. I can, I've met with people that don't like it either and kind of give me crap for it, but I like it. I think
you got to get over the cruise factor in it.
Is that what bugs you about it? Cruise?
No, it was so hokey. Like
watching those things walk across
that.
Yeah, it was so cool.
That stuff was cool,
great.
But the continuity in the movie was ridiculous, and I take that stuff pretty seriously.
The son should have died. I'll give you that. The son should have died. Don't make it a happy ending where everybody's alive. Kill the kid.
Well, they collect all this food to go to the other house, and this other house is like this beautiful, pretty much like mansion, and it has like a refrigerator.
They didn't even check the fridge.
They didn't even check the fridge or the cupboards for food.
Some little details.
And then how about
he was trying to be polite to his wife and
polite? The world is getting destroyed. And then they go to sleep downstairs, right? And they wake up in the morning. They didn't notice that a jumbo jet crashed into their house.
They noticed. They all ran down into.
They thought it was one of those big things destroying the neighborhood, but it turned out to be it was a plane that crashed.
But then he walks upstairs and there's the fuselage in his living room, and and he's just casual about it.
They're in the basement.
Weren't there no bodies or something too? Like no bodies all over the place?
Yeah, I think they were zapped.
And then and why was his the only car that ran? Explain that one, Kevin.
The solenoid. They had to replace the solenoid.
They did explain that. They did explain that in the beginning. The guy was fixing something.
The electromagnetic
So why couldn't he fix other people's cars? He could only fix one car?
He was zapped like a second later. Remember? Like Tom Cruise is driving away and the dude's
he's got an answer for everything.
And he gets fried.
There was an electromagnetic pulse from these things that killed the solenoid in the cars.
Of all cars except for Tom Cruise's.
No, he had to replace.
Yeah, I know, because the mechanic helped him out.
It.
But then the mechanic got zapped right after that.
It wasn't in his car, though. He ran over to the mechanics and he stole the car the dude was working on.
I mean, you can't just take a solenoid out of any car and put it into any car. You need like a solenoid that works.
And then he's driving down the highway and all the cars are off to the side of the road. Just
That's always a little convenient. Even Independence Day. Come on. They drove down to Washington. One side of the road was plugged.
That seems to be the thing to fear the most in the case of an alien invasion is how traffic-ridden.
Traffic-ridden.
Every one of those movies, it's just like a series.
Because it was 5 hours to drive down to Atlantic City, and that was just Memorial Day weekend. Right. Picture giant aliens blasting people.
Just run across the car top.
But they're all swerved out of the way, so he had a perfect path down the road, more or less. It's like I picture rush hour traffic. Everyone's batteries die at the exact same time. The cars are just in that position.
You didn't find little Dakota Fanning adorable?
I thought she was dope.
She was adorable. I thought they could have done a much better job.
I think she's a midget with that acting ability.
Got to
be a
human
fidget.
being that just happens to be a midget.
Them's not babies, them's fidgets.
Yeah, I like that movie, man. I know some people don't, but I dug it.
It wasn't bad, but...
Well, now you're reining it in. Now you went from like it was horrible.
Feeling a little better. Basement scene, it was pretty tense.
Well, you explained some things to me, so...
I need to be there when you watch it, and we can pause it, and you can vent, and I can think about it like this. It's just a movie. You're like, all right, when we watch it more.
I bought it on your recommendation and watched half, and I didn't.
Half?
You must
have loved it.
Not something happened. I'll watch the rest.
Yeah.
All right. I saw Poseidon.
And?
I kind of liked it. And that movie's getting horrible reviews.
Yeah.
I went to see that opening weekend as well.
I'll tell you why I liked it.
I never thought I would say this, but I prefer the original to this.
The original? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the original has a better story.
Leslie Nielsen as the captain alone makes it a better movie.
Lacking better Shelley Winters factor.
Yeah, better story, better characters, and much better dialogue. Right. The dialogue in this Poseidon is god-awful.
Terrible. It felt like there were maybe 15 lines in the whole movie.
Yeah, they didn't talk much either.
The one good thing they had going for them is they start moving toward that wave like within the first 10-15 minutes.
Really?
Well, the movie's only an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's short.
I don't think it's an hour and a half.
I don't want to know so much about like the old Irwin Allen disaster movies were always about the first hour was having to learn about everybody's life,
the world,
setting it all up, and then the disaster and how their different personalities work out. Just flip the boat over, for God's sake. We'll learn about them later.
I'll tell you, I started.
It'll make you, if you see the new one, you'll long for Irwin Allen.
Yeah,
because they get to the boat flip way too early, and you just don't care about anybody.
You know what everybody's forgetting? That in between, there was a TV movie Poseidon made that everyone forgot about. I tuned it in
not too long
this weekend. It was on.
Steve Gutenberg's.
Yeah, Steve Gutenberg. I tuned it. I'm tuning in, and I see a scene from the upside down. It just flipped. The Christmas tree is up against the ledge up top. They're climbing up, and I'm expecting to see, Cornelius from Planet of the Apes. What's his name? Roddy McDowell. He'll always be Cornelius to me. Expecting to see him, and I see this big bloated Steve Gutenberg up on top, and I'm like, what the hell movie is this? And I was like, oh yeah, they made a TV movie Poseidon. That's always convenient to do.
Yeah, and they made with like $5 million.
Yeah, $5 million, and they always put it out. I think they do that on purpose when they know that a major theatrical version's coming out, so it confuses people and they watch it.
I saw Poseidon on the iMac though. That's what made it great.
On the would you download it like a?
I mean, the
IMAX.
IMAX.
Yeah,
I keep saying iMac for some reason. IMAX. That's what made it great.
Watched it on a computer. It's wonderful.
I was like, wow, streaming. I would imagine that would make it a little bit better, but.
And Kurt Russell was there.
And you can't go wrong with Kurt Russell.
Well, overboard.
I saw Dreamer, dude. I saw Dreamer, the movie with him and Dakota Fanning last summer, and that made me cry. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
There was and nobody ever thought to put him into a movie with Chris Christopherson and make Chris Christopherson his dad. It was such a genius.
There's one Kurt Russell movie, though, that is just the best. Him, Sly Stallone.
For action and laughs, all packed in one.
Action, laughs, all in one major motion picture.
Tango and Cash. Nothing beats it for just laugh after laugh.
Oh, what a fantastic motion picture.
Intentional and unintentional laughs, or are they all unintentional?
Just the barbs, the witty barbs,
That could not be funny ever. Under any circumstances, under any drug. It can't be funny.
Stallone trying to be charming is enough to make my stomach turn. Whenever he wears glasses and tries to kind of smart.
Thanks for dropping in.
That was pretty
really?
That was
hey, thank you. Thought we'd go to the zoo and see the tiger. The zoo. The tiger's the retard.
Do you have any interest in the Rocky sequel that's coming out at Christmas?
Purely humorous.
Really?
No, but actually I hear it's if it was just Rocky getting in the ring again and just trying to pull off the same thing, but them acknowledging that he's older and this is like the last hurrah could be good. Not calling it Rocky, whatever the number is, just called Rocky Balboa. That's kind of cool.
What's he doing? And is he fighting again?
Yeah.
It's going to stink.
But there's some boxing involved.
It's going to stink.
Of course there's boxing involved.
What, does he fight his dignity in a room?
Tries to find it.
It sounds like a better story than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That's all. Wow. That's all.
If they did the right thing, maybe he'll die in the end. I think that would be a point.
That would be, but you know something? What movie where people die in the end does well? It's really
Schindler's List.
Hard. There you go. I pardon you.
One during the opening credits.
I think when
high body count.
Let me. When they expect people to die, high body count. Then it does well. Whenever like the lead character dies, we found out that the movie doesn't really do very well.
There was a big movie this weekend where a couple lead characters died.
Really?
Very well.
No, you made a good point too, because Titanic really bombed.
Yeah.
Well, one of them died.
Yeah.
One of the leads died. One didn't.
And one had their heart go on.
Yes, go on.
In a
fat
big
pig hanging onto a door.
Yeah, right.
My life will go on.